truth that you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison for your mind.
Greetings. I just want to encourage you to try what I'm going to say to you and prove me wrong. And the reason why I'm doing this video, because many a time people would try to disprove you but never try to put what you're saying to work in their lives. Now, anyone who's familiar with the work of Neville Goddard, you'll know that Abdullah taught Neville Goddard how to put things into action and how not to argue, but instead prove for yourself that imagination creates reality. Prove for yourself that God in man is man's imagination. Prove for yourself that you are a magical being. And prove for yourself that this Bible that I'm holding in my hand here is not about blasphemy or me being blasphemous for removing Jesus and leaving a blank space for you to write your name, which is I am. For I am is the name of God from generation to generation, and I am is the name of humanity. Before you can say you're rich, you're poor, you're sick, you're healthy, you're strong, you have to say I am. And you can never say I am and not referring to yourself. So we see that Abdullah gave Neville a test. And Neville also gave his students a test. So I'm going to give you a test also. But first of all, I want to speak about the test that Abdullah gave Neville Goddard. Now, it was a time of Great Depression, and the year was 1933. And Neville Goddard had a strong desire to travel to Barbados, where he born and grew up to the age of 17 before he left for America. And so Abdullah told Neville Goddard that the essential character of the Bible is man's imagination, and to prove that what he's saying is true, that he must recognize that he's already in Barbados. And Neville, having no work and having no money, could not really understand how Abdullah could say to him that he's already in Barbados when he's physically living in New York. So Abdullah told Neville that he must sleep in his mother's home in Barbados in his imagination night after night as he go to bed in New York. And also as he walked the streets of New York each and every day, he must imagine himself each and every day walking the streets of Barbados. And it wasn't until it came to fruition whereby Neville received a letter with the money and the invitation and everything. And Abdullah told him that he was going to travel first class. But when he went to the company, the shipping company, they told him that there wasn't any vacancy or room for him to travel first class. They already booked out first class and that he was going to travel third class. But Abdullah refused to accept that third class mentality. And Abdullah kept on telling Neville Goddard that you have gone to Barbados and you have gone to Barbados first class. And so when Neville approached the shipping company to travel, they told him that they had good news for him and that he was going to travel first class because someone would have delayed. And so Neville had the opportunity to travel first class. And so he proved what Abdullah was saying, and he became a witness that imagination creates reality, that God in man is definitely man's imagination. Also, Neville himself gave a test to those who used to come to his meetings. And we see there was a man by the name of Iolaka. Okay, and Iolaka went to Neville Goddard meeting as a critic. He wanted to know whether what this man was teaching was true or if this man was just a hoax. And so Neville gave them a test also. Neville said to them that they must decide that they will never climb a ladder and write it all over their homes and say to themselves, I would not climb a ladder. I would not climb a ladder. But each night as they go to bed, they must imagine themselves climbing a ladder. So they want to use their imaginary right hand and their imaginary right foot and the imaginary left hand and their imaginary left foot and climb a ladder in their imagination just before they fall asleep. And so this was the challenge. This is how they was going to test what this man was teaching when he's teaching that God and man are one and that God and man is man's imagination. And Iolaka, who I said before, went there as a critic. He was willing to put this thing to the test. And so he wrote all over his home that he would not climb a ladder. But each night he would practice in his imagination to climb a ladder in his imagination. And to cut a long story short, he said after a while he took sick. He had dengue fever for a while. And he decided to take a trip to see his father. And when he went to see his father, when he was in the yard, the father was on the roof painting. And the father shouted to him and said, son, pass me that bucket of paint. And Iolaka grabbed that bucket of paint. And when he was halfway up the ladder, carrying his paint to his father, then he catch himself and realized, okay, and so those who did the exercise and prove it for themselves, they were invited to a meeting with Neville Goddard, and that meeting was only for those who climbed the ladder in their imagination and end up climbing the ladder in this three-dimensional physical world. And so when they went, Neville said to them, those of you who climb the ladder in your imagination and climb it in this physical world, just as easy as you did it, so you can easily earn $1 million. And so he was revealing to them how God and man is actually man's imagination and how the law of attraction really works and how you have to put things into action. And that is why, my brother, my sisters, I'm going to give you a test whereby you're going to go in your Bible for yourself and you're going to read Job chapter 33 verses 14 to 16 that tells you how you should go to bed each and every night. And then you're going to read Habakkuk chapter 1 verses 1 to 4 and Habakkuk chapter 2 verses 1 to 4 also. So you're going to see when you have a need, when you have a desire, when you want things to change in your life and you're seeking for answers, you will see Habakkuk chapter 2 tells you that you will get an answer if you follow these instructions. And it says that if you write down the vision and you be definite about the vision, you make it plain, and you learn to exercise patience, it says that though it tarries, you must wait for it because it is sure you're working with a divine law and it would not fail. And so, my brother, my sister, you can write down something that you desire in this world and read those scriptures. And as you read those scriptures, you do exactly what they say to do. Follow the instructions. They are quite clear and simple. And try it for yourself. And you will prove whether I am wrong or whether I am right when I'm saying that the Bible is a book of mind science and must be interpreted psychologically. When I say to you, there's no historical man of 2,000 years ago who walked this earth with special powers. It's just a personification that represents the human imagination. So when you read about Jesus, you're reading about your higher self. You read about Christ, you're reading about your higher self. That is why St. John 1 and 3 says, all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. It is just basically showing you that everything in this world, it was first a thought, it was first an idea, it was first imagined, and that God in man is definitely man's imagination. Put your imagination to the test and prove for yourself that the Savior is within you. Many people want to prove me wrong, but many people don't want to put things into action. Many people do not want to test themselves because many people are afraid to find that they were wrong all these years believing a lie. But I'm teaching you to believe in yourself, to love yourself and embrace yourself, because the self of man is God. And when I speak about self, I'm not speaking of the physical outer man. I'm speaking about the inner non-physical man. I'm speaking about the spirit that is residing in a house called a body. So you are a spirit having a human experience. Put your spiritual powers to work. Try it and see for yourself. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. And I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense and it resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, I want to update you on my next book that will be up soon called Spiritual Recipe for Prosperous Living. I just want to inform you that soon I'll be uploading that book and get that book ready for you. And I'm saying it now so you can get the money together to purchase this book. And not just for yourself, but purchase a book for someone. Share a book with someone. Share the love with someone. Help someone some way. Okay, teach someone to exercise their mind by reading. So, those of you who are resonating with me, let us join our energy together and make these books sell much, much more by us bringing our energy together. Okay, so I'm actually just pre-selling this book right now, and I want you to be a part of this great thing. So, my brother, my sisters, also, if you would like to have one-on-one with me concerning all of these teachings, you can definitely reach out to me by way of email, and I'll give you the terms and the conditions, and we can definitely have a great time together as we inspire one another to be the best version of themselves. Also, if you like to have a foundational course concerning what I really teach and how you are to be connected with nature, you can get my course, which is called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And it's for people donating at least $20 or more. And you can get that course along with my self-concept course. So that's two courses you're getting for the price of $20 or more. Okay, the choice is yours. But as long as you donate $20, you will have access to those courses. And I'm going to post more courses also for that same price. So let me also say, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, I'd like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. And if you feel strongly led to support this work, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal and that the link is always down below. So with that being said, my brother, my sisters, I just want to say peace, love you all, out.